Before we start talking Myles Garrett and coaching staff updates, we are 270 subs away from 208,000 here on the Cowboys Report. Help us get there. You'll get free Cowboys videos multiple times per day, each and every single day right here on the channel. Let's talk Myles Garrett then. He has requested a trade from the Cleveland Browns, specifically citing a desire to win. Said he didn't want to go from Cleveland to Canton, wanted to go to Cleveland and Super Bowl, and then, Canton in theory. Now, Garrett and the Cowboys immediately linked right away. They are the betting favorites, according to Sports Betting AG. We'll discuss that as part of the show today. I do want to go into, is this a likely trade? And I think you can have a conversation if it's a smart trade to potentially make, given the way the Cowboys tend to run their organization. Now, if you were to rank the top edge rushers in football, in some order, you're going to mix in Myles Garrett, Micah Parsons, TJ Watt, probably in the top three. Other guys, Max Crosby, Bosa get mixed in there as well. Garrett has been, at his size, an unbelievable pass rusher and a damn good run stopper as well. And I would struggle to find a better duo if you could hypothetically pair up Micah Parsons and Myles Garrett, because you'd be doing both. There's really not much reason to move on from Micah as part of the trade. He's younger. You would be pairing those two up and trying to get the best edge duo in NFL history. The biggest issue here is the cost of a trade. If the Browns actually trade Garrett, which they say they don't want to, we'll see how it plays out. There's still a lot of time before free agency gets going and the offseason gets underway. I think you'd be looking for something in the ballpark of the Khalil Mack trade. Now, Mack was a little bit younger. I think Myles Garrett a little bit better as well. Not by a lot, but by enough. That one was kind of 2 first-round picks. You've got additional movement going on there with a second going to the Bears, but it was early seconds and late thirds. So there was, kind of like the Jalen Ramsey trade was basically 2 ones. I think that's the rough ballpark for a hypothetical trade. So if you were to actually go get Myles Garrett and you were to beat out other NFL teams in a bidding war that might have a more premium pick, such as, say, the Bears, for example, you might have to make it 2 ones. You can throw in Sam Williams, since you don't really need Sam Williams at that point, and you're saving a little bit of money in the process going down that path as well. But that's a lot to give up. I don't think you're going to get lucky and have a Lakers-Mavs-Luka trade where you're just giving up one asset that really matters. So would you trade for Myles Garrett if you were the Dallas Cowboys? Y for yes, N for no. Go vote the pinned comment of today's show. The ad comes here on YouTube. Take advantage of it. Head down there and go vote. The idea of trading for Myles Garrett is quite fun. This is a superstar player, and even the Cowboys will at least claim they are in the talent acquisition business, and there's not a better talent that you could realistically acquire this offseason than Myles Garrett. The feasibility of it is another conversation, though. And the money here, make no mistake, is a big factor. Garrett's current cap hit in Cleveland is $19.72 million. It's very similar to what Dallas would owe him on the cap in 2025. 2026 is $25 million. The Browns are eating $36 million. That's not really feasible. They're eating extra cap hits. That's not something they really want to do. That's dangerous for the Browns. It is. And that makes it boost the contract cost. Not only that, or the trade cost. Not only that, the contract cost isn't really 19 and 25 because you're going to give Myles Garrett a new deal. He's got 2 years left, no more guaranteed money. That is going to be a move in which you have to pay him a massive contract. It would be somewhere at or above Justin Jefferson. And you'd also be paying Micah Parsons, probably above Justin Jefferson. So do we believe the Cowboys would really give, and then give the assets too, but give Micah Parsons and Myles Garrett a combined $70-ish million per year? They can absolutely do it on the cap. They have the money available. Is that, however, the best usage of limited draft capital and a finite amount of cash they are willing to spend? I'm not so sure. More on this to come, but today's show is made possible by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create your account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Game Time's got a new feature. It's called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets for events even easier. It filters out the fluff to only show you incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets to find the best value. Always keep an eye out for the super deal. It is the best value for any given event. You'll be able to save the most money in the process. Maybe it's no longer for a Mavs game, if we're being honest, but Stars are at least a team you can support in the Dallas area. Game Time guarantee is this. You find tickets in the same section and row for less. Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. Download the Game Time app, create your account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply. But again, create your account, redeem code CHATSPORTS, CHATSPORTS, for $20 off your first purchase. Link will be in the comments section and the description of today's show. Terms apply, but thank you to Game Time for sponsoring us here at the Cowboys Report. Now, sportsbetting.ag has put out the Myles Garrett trade odds. The Dallas Cowboys are your betting favorites to land Myles Garrett in a trade. Ladies and gentlemen, we are so back. The Cowboys are once again favored for a player that, let's be honest, they probably aren't going to trade for. The offseason is back, and this is classic nonsense on the Cowboys. Look, trading for Myles Garrett, I think all other 31 teams were like, yeah, that's something we would like to do. It's not how the Cowboys, from a realistic standpoint, though, choose to operate. If the Browns go, yes, we will trade Myles Garrett, there will be a bidding war. There will be a ton of NFL teams going, we don't have a number one edge. Let's go get a top 3 edge in the NFL. To give away multiple premium picks for a team that likes their guys and loves to draft, and giving him at least $35 million per year, I don't find that realistic for the way the Cowboys choose to operate. You can even argue Dallas is probably better off not throwing $35 million and 2 of its best picks, whatever it ends up looking like, at another edge rusher. It's a fun idea. I would like them to spend in general, but I think you make an argument you're better off taking the $35 million and signing 5 guys to $7 million contracts per year, which they haven't done since Brandon Carr bait. Really, that was the last time that they did that. So don't get your hopes up here. It's a fun idea. It adds talent, not against adding talent, but I think the realism factor here should be viewed as pretty low. So what is the percent chance that you think the Dallas Cowboys trade for Myles Garrett? Let me know in the comments section of today's show. There is a new running backs coach in the fold as well now as the Cowboys work through their coaching staff. Derek Foster, who was with the Saints in the exact same role last year, joining Dallas. The Cowboys interviewed 3 coaches for this particular role. Derek Foster, Tashard Choice, the Texas running back coach, Rashad Samples over at Oregon. Both Choice and Samples going back to the college ranks, or should I say staying in the college ranks, and maybe getting a bigger contract to stick with those teams as well. Foster has been an NFL coach before. He was the Saints running backs coach and the Chargers running backs coach for several years. Has college experience as well, was the Iowa backs coach for several seasons. So I would have loved Tashard Choice. That one was always a bit of we're aiming high, maybe don't quite get there in the end. But I don't think Foster's a bad hire necessarily either. In fact, I don't think that's the case, period. So this is the Cowboys coaching staff so far as of filming. More names to come. The big 4, your coordinators, right? Brian Schottenheimer, Matt Eberflus, Nick Sorensen, Clayton Adams. On the offensive side, we know Derek Foster is the backs coach. Ryan Federer, Steven Shimko, Ramon Sheung are going to be back. I don't know what those roles are officially yet. These are their previous roles, assistant QB's coach. I wouldn't be shocked if Shimko was the QB's coach. He's got background there and is a veteran. Ramon Young back as well. Per Albert Breer, the Cowboys adding Tyquan Underwood to be the assistant wide receivers coach. With, again, as of filming, no receivers coach officially hired, which makes things kind of interesting to me. And then defensively, Andre Curtis is the defensive passing game coordinator. Linebackers coach is Dave Borgonzi. Aaron Whitecotton from the Jets is the defensive line coach. And then cornerbacks coach David Overstreet also coming over from the Bears. Several more roles still to be filled out on both sides of the ball. But as for the Cowboys have so far, how do you grade this coaching staff? A, B, C, D, or F? Let me know in the comments section of today's show.